Welcome to wonderful, historic Tonopah, Nevada.
A town where Western legends such as Wyatt Earp once roamed these very streets.
A town with so much history and so many things to see.
But we're not gonna see any of it.
Because today we're here in Tonopah for one reason and one reason only.
To visit a motel consistently voted as the most terrifying in North America.
The infamous and legendary Clown Motel.
I'm not kidding, there are plenty of haunted historic hotels around.
But when it comes to terrifying motels, the Clown Motel always tops the list. Built in 1985 by a brother and sister team, Leroy and Leona David,
who for some reason from the very beginning knew they wanted a clown theme at their motel.
This place has been enchanting, entertaining, and terrifying people for over 30 years.
Apparently Leroy David already owned a different motel in the town, but he wanted to build a clown motel, and he chose this site for a very particular and very creepy reason.
It turns out that a perfect plot of land for building their dream Clown Motel was right next door to this.
The first Tonopah cemetery.
Oh, that's right. Clowns terrify some people, and if that wasn't terrifying enough for you, just look right down there.
Now you would think, oh, they must have chose to build it right next to the cemetery to be creepy on purpose.
No way. They thought clowns were cute. They built it right next to the cemetery.
Because this is where their father was buried.
Oh, that's right. The remains of their dad are right out here somewhere. And they thought it would be great to work close to a family.
I mean, if you're close, family can be important. And I guess they were really close.
It does not help the creepy factor, however, that this cemetery is reputedly very, very haunted.
But we'll come back to that in a little bit.
Yes, guys, we took this entire road trip just to come see the Clown Motel.
And guess what, guys? We're not just gonna look at the Clown Motel. We're sleeping in the Clown Motel.
That's right, guys. We're checking in.
Now, I gotta warn you, there are clowns ahead. Remember, Leroy and Leona, even though they've sold this place a long time ago, really loved clowns.
And as you can see, it turns out their collection is still here. The new owner, Bob, decided to keep the theme going when he bought the Clown Motel. And there are hundreds and hundreds of them in here.
Supposedly there's over 650 of these. You'd think this would be the most terrifying one, but no.
That honor belongs to this guy.
I'm not super afraid of clowns, but this one even scares me.
I would not want to wake up and see this in the corner of the room. No way. My Nana loved clowns when I was growing up. She had a lot of them in her house. They weren't my favorite thing, but they didn't really scare me.
As a matter of fact, she had this exact one.
Crazy. The owner, Bob, told us there are over 650 of them.
But there's about to be a couple more because we come bearing gifts.
We decided to bring you a couple of presents. There's one. I got the other one in here somewhere.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah, here's
Sorry
the other
about the
one.
mix-up. That was my fault.
So we've added some clowns to the collection.
Well, thank you.
Ooh, he wrote George's last name on the back of them.
I added my name, of course. He said we could pick out any spot on the shelf we want.
This one is going to be right here in front of this guy.
Ooh, that's George's favorite clown. So make sure to come say hi to our clowns.
I am really happy we got to contribute.
You know what? I take it back.
This guy's pretty creepy, too.
And the scariest part is he's staring right out the window. Just like George. Okay.
Now, Tonopah, Nevada is hardly a major metropolis, so as you can imagine,
Although plenty of people come to stay at the Clown Motel, the prices are very, very competitive.
so since the price is right,
Rather than splitting a room, we thought we'd each get our own rooms.
living the life of luxury, boys. Let's check them out.
First up, Oscar's room.
Oh, good. There's clowns on the doors.
This one and I are matching.
All right, let's see it, Oscar. Let's see your room.
Oh, yeah. This is, nice. You got your microwave, your television. What's this, a big refrigerator? That's good. Ashtray in case of forest fires. Air conditioning, nice towel chain. Huh. Very, cozy, guys.
Okay, it's not the Hilton, but I've stayed in a lot worse. Believe me.
So, that's fine, but the only thing is I gotta be honest, I kinda thought this room would be a little more,
What's the word I'm looking for? Festive.
Well, to be fair, this was the weird spare room because they only have this one left. They don't normally rent this one out, so let's go see George's room.
Oh, looks pretty festive already.
Okay, this is a little more like what I was expecting. See, George has got some clowns on the wall.
Oh, wait a minute, weird.
These are ghost clowns.
Close that box up, you weirdo! That's Pennywise!
George has got a nice sink here, a little mirror, a vanity, you know. Some closet space in the back. That's always nice. And what a spacious restroom, huh? George, you can take a bath in here, buddy. It is good to be clean, let me tell you, boys and girls.
I'm not going anywhere near that tub.
Well, I can't really blame you, buddy.
Oh, look at this clown here. He looks nice.
George, are you scared of clowns at all?
No.
No? Clowns your favorite? You like clowns? They make you smile, make you laugh, make you giggle.
I worked the Ringling Brothers Circus. They would come to the Honda Center every year, and clowns never, ever get out of character.
So that's why Oscar is the way he is. It's not too bad though, man. You got a couple of beds, you know, some nice chairs, a little table. You could eat some chili in here, maybe some denizens. Oh, that stuff is good. Chili con carne. Not a sponsor. Oh, and look at this. You got a refrigerator too, and a much nicer TV than Oscar. Sorry, buddy. And look, even your own microwave over there. Ooh, and a stool. All right, I gotta say, room 108 is pretty great. Oscar got the spare room. George got the standard room, but I got a surprise for you. I got the sweetest room of all. Back over here in the corner, right up against the highway, is the best room you can get. Joe's Clown Suite. Oh, that's right, guys. We're staying in the Clown Motel's finest suite. And all my teachers said that clowning around wouldn't get me anywhere. Now there you go, that's better. Wow, this room is pretty sweet. Look at the festive colors on the wall. And this room has a lot more of what I was expecting, namely clowns. Whoa. There are clowns everywhere. Look at this clown cookie jar. This clown painting is the bee's knees. See? Get it? And look at this, there are even clowns inside the restroom, staring right at you. That's always, nice. Ooh, and the toilet has been sanitized for protection. Ooh, pretty roomy shower. Oh, and check this out, my own mirror. Complete with clown friend. Check it out, Oscar. There's a pretty gigantic, sizable TV in here. And look what's right down next to it. Tons and tons of little funny friends. Aw, who wouldn't want to spend the night here? How cute. Look at this, 2 roomy beds here and a whole table set up, which apparently once belonged in a coffee shop from the 90s, Oscar. Look at that. I feel like the king of the world in this suite. And look at this, there's not 1, not 2, but 3 refrigerators. That is pretty incredible. I mean, pretty fancy. I mean, 2 refrigerators and you're ballin', but 3 refrigerators, you're practically Shaq. Now, supposedly, and I haven't seen any of these episodes yet. Oh, look, pennies. The Clown Motel has been featured on several paranormal shows on the internet, and also, of course, like Ghost Adventures, things like that. I think, Oscar, you've watched them, right? Yep. Yeah. And apparently, the Clown Motel is not just a little haunted, it's super duper haunted. And remember that graveyard? You know, the really creepy, terrifying looking graveyard that was right next to the motel? Well, apparently this early pioneer cemetery has a very tragic history, filling up quite quickly, first with victims of a horrible mine fire, and then in 1902, something only known as the Tonopah Plague, a mysterious illness that just absolutely devastated the whole area. Now, like I always say, I don't know much about the afterlife because I've never been there, but many people feel that ghosts are created by the residual energy or the crankiness of the spirits after a crazy tragedy like that, and there were several in Tonopah back in the olden days. I'd say a good chunk of the people buried in this cemetery died young, died violent, died tragically. Most of their graves aren't even marked, and some of the ones that are marked, we'll just say Shorty or Greek. They'll just be some kind of nickname, you know? There are also the graves of many, many children out here. This one just says Italian. Many of them just say baby. Some of the paranormal experts feel like the spirits of these children and babies that died with the illnesses might think that the Clown Motel, which is right over there, is an interesting place to be entertained. Let's not forget all the guys back here who died in that horrible mine fire, the Belmont mine fire. We go a lot of exciting, quirky, and fun places, but this
cemetery isn't really one of them. Even if you don't believe in ghosts, this is a very somber place. For those people who do believe in ghosts and do paranormal investigations, reportedly, this cemetery is a crazy hotspot. Full of unruly spirits who are not at rest. And their closest neighbor is the Clown Motel, which is exactly where we are gonna spend the night. And maybe we'll find out for ourselves whether the rumors of hauntings are true. Gotta tell you, I can understand why people think this is a very creepy motel. Something about the colors juxtaposed with the desert in the background, the highway right next door, and, you know, the hand-painted clown, who, by the way, has his fingernail on the wrong side of his finger. Ooh, that's pretty creepy all by itself. Yep, definitely not your normal, ordinary overnight accommodation. Let's put it that way. All right, well, it's time to grab our stuff, set up camp. We've got some supplies from the grocery store, a can opener.
Beef ravioli and beefaroni.
I literally got chili. This stuff is gluten-free. I realize this is irrelevant to the whole Clown Motel thing, but come on, we're hungry. We gotta eat. All right, the light is getting low, and they've turned on the Clown Motel sign outside. Pretty festive looking, huh? So it's time to make my bed.
Now it has to be said, just to be honest, the Clown Motel isn't exactly a 4-star resort. It's not the cleanest motel in the world, but it's also, like I said, literally not the worst I've ever stayed in either.
I mean, there's no bugs or anything like that.
But all the same, in most of the more mom and pop situations, kind of like this one, I usually like to use my own blankets and pillows.
Can't be too careful with all them weirdos around.
Turns out the TV's a little weird. Almost looks like it's bleeding from the top there. Probably no TV tonight. I'm really not a huge TV watcher. Guess there's really not much to do but turn in for the night. Just climb on into the old Clown Motel bed here. Ooh, kind of bouncy. Like a fun house. Turn the lights off with my mind powers and try and get some shut-eye early, I guess. It's a pretty strange thing to try to go to sleep knowing you're more or less surrounded by clowns. Not that I'm scared of clowns, you know? Never really understood why exactly people are afraid of happy, nice clowns. You know, nice, fun-looking, friendly, lovely, happy-go-lucky clowns. I mean, what a fun theme. Right, guys? I mean, everybody likes clowns. Oh, what's that? You know, it just occurred to me. I forgot to say goodnight to my friends. Maybe we'll just go do that right now. Why aren't you guys in the room?
I don't know, man. Something weird going on in there.
Let's look. I'm going back to my room. See ya. No, thank you. I guess my room's not that bad. Oh, yeah. You know what? My room may not be perfect, but at least there's nothing weird going on inside of it. I'm just gonna leave the bathroom light on when I go to sleep. You know, after all, this is supposed to be a very haunted hotel. And I'm not sure if I believe in ghosts, but I'm gonna keep my camera right next to my pillow. That way, if anything weird happens, I'll try to get it on tape. But I guess for the moment, it's bedtime. All right, sleep tight, you guys. Okay, I admit this might not be paranormal, but the TV just turned on all by itself. For all I know, there's a timer, but the remote is over there on that table. I was asleep for about 5 minutes. No, I was asleep for about an hour, actually. That's weird. And, that's bizarre. Hear that noise when it turned off? It made a noise like that. It startled me. Maybe not ghosts, but, that's weird. Bad clowns. Don't turn on the TV. Weird enough that I'm gonna turn on more lights. I'm actually... It's a little weird. I'm not a ghost hunter show. I don't make stuff up to, you know, tell people I saw a ghost. It's probably just some weird timer thing. After all, that TV is very broken. Hopefully that's all the weirdness that happens. I hope. It's weird. Okay, go to sleep. Nothing else weird happened. Whew, thank goodness. Oh, man. All right, well, we survived the Clown Motel. And we didn't get murdered by ghosts. Now, one weird thing happened last night, but I don't necessarily think that was paranormal, although it did set my overactive imagination into kind of paranoia. I didn't get much sleep, but that's okay. I think when all's said and done, you don't really stay at the Clown Motel for rest or relaxation or luxury or anything like that. You stay here for an experience. And it was definitely an experience, that's for sure. Check this out though, Oscar has a ghost story to share with the class.
I was taking my stuff out of the refrigerator. I closed the refrigerator. I opened the front door to get out of the hotel room, and I heard a noise, and I turned around, and the refrigerator had swung all the way back open. It was crazy.
So what you're saying is you had paranormal activity.
He picked me up with his mind powers and shook me like a dog.
How about you, George? Do you have any paranormal experiences last night? Anything weird happened to you?
No.
How'd you sleep?
Well,
All right, well, the jury's still out on whether this place is actually haunted or not, but if you believe those ghost TV shows, it definitely is. If you're scared of clowns, this is definitely the most terrifying motel in America. If you're not all the way afraid of clowns, even if you're just a little weirded out by them like me, and you're used to luxury, it might scare you. Also, I'm not sure that this is normal for this neighborhood or not, but last night Oscar and I were walking around, it was after dark, and we saw some colorful people screaming at themselves, the universe, us, just, you know, so that might scare people. But overall, I'd say when you see Clown Motel on the internet and you go, oh, come on, man, we gotta stay there, you know that'd be crazy. I'd say it's definitely worth a stay. Just bring them a gift of clowns. So there you go. That's what it's really like to stay at the Clown Motel. We came, we saw, we clowned around just a little bit. So I think we've done our duty, and now we can go home and sleep well. Thanks, fellas.
How's it going?
How's it going?
So, what do you guys want to do tomorrow? More desert stuff, or?
Yeah, get a pizza.
You want to get a pizza, George?
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. This is the best idea we ever had. We've grown so much as friends.
Sincerely.
Very
You good?
truly, absolutely.
You like looking like that?
Best idea ever.
What you working on?
Editing.
Oh, I should probably do that too. What are you gonna do later?
Sleep.
Lucky.
Well, you've done your duty. You can go home and